Agent Power Huddle is a daily jumpstart, giving you all the tools you need to create an amazing real estate career. Led by top experts in the field, you'll learn how to sell more houses in less time while creating the life you want. Welcome to the Agent Power Huddle.
Well, good morning. We are here for Mindset Monday, and I am Monica Graves, and I hope that your Monday after the spring forward is starting out okay. It was definitely getting up an hour earlier can be a challenge, but at the same time, we have more sunshine. So that always makes it even better. So this week, I'm going to talk about the power of your belief system. And I started out last month with the first 5 of the 10. So this is actually part 2 of the power of your beliefs. And so what I'd like to do is maybe I'll just go through the first 5 really quickly, just in case you weren't on last month's call. And that way you can see what we discussed and maybe take a couple of notes. And then I will start out after that with the last 5 steps. So again, this is the 10 steps for the power of your belief. And let me see if I can get my PowerPoint up here. I'm going to try to share. And hold on. Let's see. Okay. So, see, slideshow from current slide. All right. Will somebody do a thumbs up if you can actually see this? All right, cool. So again, the 10 steps for using the power of your belief. And the first one was step 1, loving yourself. Are you willing to let go of old beliefs and love who you are? Okay, so there's a lot of different beliefs that have a part of your programming, a part of when you grew up and all of the things that you learned from other people telling you things, and also from your experiences. So when you get to that certain point in your life where you need to start looking at those old beliefs, what are those beliefs that could be hindering your success because you are constantly telling yourself you can't do something? So once you love yourself and get rid of a lot of those old beliefs, you can move past that, and then you start letting go. Okay, letting go of limitations, step 2. And once you recognize these beliefs that are limiting you, it's easier to change them. So what I like about letting go of limitations is saying yes to things that maybe frighten you, saying yes to things that you're trying something new, but also you have to also say no to things, because sometimes you take on too much. And so it's not really limiting yourself when you say no to taking on something that feels not right. And so, but there is some things that when you let go of your limitations, that you'll start to feel a little uncomfortable. But I always tell my students and tell people that, when you're uncomfortable, that's because you're changing. All right. And changing is good. So that step number 3 is something to really think about. And then when we get to this step 3, choose happiness. So a person is about as happy as he or she makes up his mind up to be. So really the most important decision is to love and accept yourself, right? Unconditionally. You will gain so much peace of mind when you start loving yourself and choosing happiness over struggle, or anxiety. So number 4 is finding your life purpose and living that with happiness. So a lot of times people say, I just can't figure out what my life's purpose is. Well, I would say start with gratitude. Start with the things that you are happy about, the things that make you happy, and the things that make you feel really good. So for example, we're all realtors here. So I would say that part of your life's purpose is helping others find success in buying or selling a home. It's such a great purpose. Really, we're in the service industry, so we are servicing others. And so I would say that start thinking about your career and what you are doing in real estate as a life purpose. And it should make you happy. If it doesn't make you happy, then maybe you should get out and find something else that's a different type of life purpose. So you can have other life purpose without being part of your job, whether it's a charity organization or somewhere that you're giving. A lot of times you'll get back just as much as you give. And then let's move on to number 5 was let go of the fear of moving forward. So many people get stuck, right? And then you have to ask yourself, why am I stuck? And this can come with being in a state of mind where there's fear. And so fear can definitely make you stop and stay in a certain mindset. And so you want to release that and sort of say, you know what, I'm just going to let go. I'm not going to be afraid of this, and sort of meditate on it, think about it, maybe write down some of the fears that you have. And, we talked about it. Fear is false evidence appearing real. And how often have you let fear stop you from achieving your dreams? And so it's really just a matter of sometimes, people say, well, the fear is so strong that I just can't seem to move past it. That's when you ask for accountability partner or a coach or someone that's going to help you realize what that fear is. What is it that's stopping you and making you feel stuck? So sometimes it takes other people to help you, but realize that fear is something that you've created in your head, and that it's just a matter of changing those thoughts around things and just trying something. And, it comes with practice to get rid of that fear that constantly shows up. So I would just encourage people to keep trying. So here we go. We're starting on the second group of 5 more steps within this power of your belief and possibility thinking. So that's the part where as soon as you start releasing more fear in your life, you will start seeing that more things are possible. And I love this quote, and it's from a long time ago, but the greatest revolution of our generation is the discovery that human beings, by changing their inner attitudes of their minds, can change the outer aspects of their lives. So it all starts with your thoughts. It starts with your beliefs. And it's so powerful because you can change the outer aspects of your life by starting within yourself and changing the way you think. So possibility thinking is huge. We talk about there was a lot of flat earth believers. And I can't even imagine, back then when ships would leave port and they would think that they could actually fall off the earth, and the fear that probably surrounded all that. And once we discovered, yes, that the earth is round, that took a lot of changing to people's minds. Think about the things that you might have had in your life where you didn't believe it was so, and then it was so. Okay, so what in your life now do you limit yourself with? how can you change your mind? So what happens is a lot of times you have to imagine. So imagination is very helpful when you're letting go of false or limiting beliefs. And it really, what I tell people is if you can use your imagination, nothing is really too big or too outrageous. Nothing can stop you if you visualize yourself doing something. And the more you visualize it, the more it becomes a belief. Okay. And again, when I was saying that you might feel uncomfortable, some things might happen to you as you're starting to change. But again, it's because you're growing. And you need sometimes somebody to push you. And like I said, accountability or a partner or a coach or somebody that can help you because they believe in you more than sometimes you believe in yourself. So it's like a mother bird who pushes her babies out from the nest. I've seen this happen, and it's amazing to watch. That mother bird knows for a fact that these baby birds have to do this, right? They have to grow. And so spend time with people who inspire you, all right? That's where you're going to get that so that you can change. So this one I love because expecting the best. A lot of times we have fear and we expect the worst. And so if you can switch that thought to just ask yourself, what's the worst thing that could happen? And you'll start to see that it's not that bad. You can probably come up with all kinds of things like, oh, if I try to, learn a second language, it's going to be so hard for me that I'm going to, what's the worst thing could happen if you learn a foreign language, right? You can start to change your mind about things when you start to see that if you expect the best, expect your every need to be met, expect the answer to every problem, expect abundance on every level, and expect to grow. So once you start setting yourself up for that, what kind of expectations can I see? And try to put them on the more positive side. Work with your mindset so that you can change that negative belief about expectations to the positive. What can you expect? And there's, here's a way to think about it. Feel yourself shifting from a lack versus abundance. So again, we talk about this a lot, scarcity mindset versus abundance mindset. Abundance mindset is going to be that belief that whatever you are doing has a better outcome for abundance and prosperity. So instead of having that sense of overwhelming, you have to learn how to trust in that outcome. And there's another saying that I like, because if you don't know who I am, I was a ninja selling teacher for many years, for about 13 years. And we talked about the outcome will bring income. So if you think about that, in your sense of trust in yourself, when you go to a listing consultation, right? You want to visualize yourself being the best that you can be. Maybe you practice that listing consultation with someone before you go so that you can have that sense of trust in yourself, that sense of confidence. If you expect miracles, you can expect to be appreciated. You can expect the answers, and you can expect miracles like whatever you want to be the outcome. So always say, have that trust and confidence in yourself, because, and if you expect that you're going to get that listing consultation, you will have the confidence, and the people that are sitting with you will feel it. Okay. They can feel your energy. It's all about energy. Instead of you going in with an overwhelm or anxiety or a lack of expectations of what's going to happen, change your mindset to, yes, I can expect this is going to be the best listing consultation. I'm going to do my best. They're going to love my best. And then they're going to hire you. So look at this belief in your service. If you turn your selling into service and instead of trying to sell yourself or trying to sell, because you really can't sell something to someone, it's more of how can you service them, especially right now when we're going through this with the buyer agency aspect of things in our nation, working for buyers and how you might be paid in the future. Believe in yourself and believe in your value. Then you won't have to worry about it. Your buyer will trust you, trust in the value of your service, and be willing to pay you. Okay, so give up that inner voice that says you can't do it and change it to you can do it, or I can do this. Okay, what you believe has so much power. It's like when you think about the power that you have, and again, that encouragement will show up, the confidence shows up, and then you can help others with their beliefs, and you can start helping them to get on the path to where they want to go. So that's why I believe accountability is such a great way to, when you help somebody else be accountable and they're helping you be accountable, it's amazing what you can accomplish. So avoid the tyranny of how. This is really important. It's when you start thinking about your why and your what, and then when you're going to do it, you can start to release the how. And this really is about that expectations. When you start looking at your why first, and the strategies for how start coming second. So many people try to start with how. How am I going to do this? Well, if you put your why behind it, and the actual what and when come into play as well, it's what value do you believe you have in that situation? So in this, for example, let me give my example. When I had both of my kids in high school together, my why about trying to earn more income was so that I could help my two boys not have to go into any kind of debt or loan situation for college. And I had that happen to me when I was growing up. There were 7 kids in my family, and after the first 3 of my older brothers went to college, it was my turn, and my parents were like, "We're sorry, there's no money left to help you with college. You're going to have to do this on your own." And I wanted that. I remember that feeling, and I remember I know I can do this, and I did it. But at the same time, I ended up with a lot of debt after college. And when you have a why, it starts to help you with the how. How are you going to do this? The answers will come because you're putting the value on the why. Most times, we will not take action on anything if we just always believe in you have to know how first. So just think about that. Think about next time you want to do something, or you want to earn some more income, or you were looking at this great possibility and the great expectations of it, but then you start trying to put the how first. Put your why first, okay? And here's a great affirmation for expectations. I welcome miracles, love, and all the answers that I want in my life. Helpful people show up for me, and I attract all that I need. I am grateful. When you have that grateful and you open your arms I'm always saying, open yourself up into a funnel and ask for the miracles. Ask for those people. And a great affirmation is, I am meeting all the people I need to meet to earn the income that I desire. And then you start focusing on it. So take the risk, take the step is step number 8. The day when the risk to remain tight in a bud is more painful than the risk it took to blossom. What a great quote, right? At some point, you're going to feel too claustrophobic, too tight, and you're going to want to expand. And so that pain of being in a situation where you need to grow, you need to just open yourself up to the trust, and you can take that risk. It is about being risky, you guys. You took the step to come to this. Congratulate yourself for making a few changes on your Monday morning. All right. This says turn to your neighbor and say, but you might, the way I want to do it now is just congratulate yourself. Congratulate the people that are also here. I congratulate you for taking this step to be here today. And the world is waiting for what you have to offer. All right. And again, accountability. I want to talk about it. When growing and changing, it helps to have that support. Reach out to somebody that you work with. Reach out to somebody that might be on your team. A friend or colleague who also has dreams to achieve. And if you need a coach or a team leader to brainstorm on ways that you can move forward, that's the best thing that you can do. You're not alone. And being very clear about what you want. Okay. And usually this is a class, instead of, this webinar, but I want you to maybe take a screenshot of this next slide and do it, after we leave at 9:30, because these sentences are very, very important to what you can visualize yourself doing, what you can help with the fear. So you want to finish these sentences. Wouldn't it be really fun to blank? My biggest dream is to blank. I feel alive when I do this. My greatest satisfaction is I feel really in tune when I am blank. What is the step I will take next week to achieve my dreams? Okay, so you can say, what is the next step I will take today to achieve my dreams? You can say tomorrow, but I put next week because I wanted to give yourself some time to plan. All right. So number 9 is you have to shift your focus. And what I mean by that is when you resist something, it will persist. So have you ever had something where you were upset about something that happened and your brain just will not let you quit thinking about it? What happens is you're resisting that, and it's causing it to happen more and more and more. So a lot of times we will attract the energy of things that we want to resist. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what happens. If you worry about something, what will happen is you will continue to worry more about it, and then it will actually happen because you put so much energy on that resisting of something that it actually happens to you. So again, when you focus on something, you're actually expanding it. So think about these areas: money, health, relationships, and your work. Knowing and practicing, right, are two different things. So what you want to do is, if you have worry around the money, you want to change those thoughts. Instead of saying, I am broke, or I have zero in my bank account, you want to look at how you can switch those thoughts. And because you want to expand on the positive thoughts. If you focus too much on the challenge, again, it won't get solved. So I always say, worry is a prayer for something you don't want. This is an unbelievable book. If you haven't read The Answer, it's by John Assaraf. Write this down now. It's called The Answer. Grow any business, achieve financial freedom, and live an extraordinary life. And he says this in the book, worry is a prayer for something you don't want. So the easiest way to shift your focus is to be grateful. So if you're worried about something, again, let's go back to money. If you're worried about a certain amount of money or you need money, shift your focus to what you have. If you're grateful for what you have and you shift your focus to that, all of a sudden you're opening yourself up to receiving versus when we said that resistance, because when you block yourself from achieving great things, it's because you're worrying about it versus being grateful. It's so simple just to switch that mindset to being grateful. The next time something happens with your health and you feel terrible and you sometimes your sickness can last longer because you have focused on the sickness versus focusing on getting better. And when you change it to being grateful to, I'm grateful that I still have my eyesight. I'm grateful that I can still move or eat. Change it from feeling sick to being grateful for what you have. Okay, last one here is hold the vision. Everything that you can imagine is real. And visualization and imagination are more important than knowledge. So a lot of times we feel like we don't have enough knowledge on something, but if you can visualize yourself doing it, it actually helps you to learn more knowledge about it. And this, there's different ways of visualizing, but really what I want you to look at is if you can see it in your mind, then you can hold it in your hand. And the power of belief story of the treasure hunter is 16 years he believed that there was a treasure. And everybody kept telling him that he needed to give up. But he kept visualizing what that treasure looked like. He visualized himself finding it. It took 16 years, but he actually found the treasure. And think about how many years of people telling him he was crazy. Why does he keep spending all this money to go and try to find this treasure? But he believed in it so much, and that visualization took him there. And I tell people all the time, visualize when you're going into the listing consultation. Visualize those people loving everything that you have to say. See them signing the contract, and do the same thing with a buyer. It helps because you have those 3 core beliefs. Is it there? Can you see it? Okay. I must find it, and I will find it. These are the 3 core beliefs behind the power of the treasure hunter. And at the end, it is all worth it. Okay. If you change your mindset to, I believe, I see it in my mind, and I can hold it in my hand. I know it's real. And I want you to look at the slight edge. This is going to be the last thing that we talk about. The choices that you make. Everything in your life is on a curve. Your daily choices determine which curve you're on. So when you think about the philosophy of your life, your attitude, your actions, your results, that creates your lifestyle, the financial part of your life, the health, your personal development, your relationships, everything about your life. What's uncomfortable will become comfortable later. So only 5% of people really believe like this. What's comfortable now will become uncomfortable later. So don't take the easy road all the time, because what's going to happen is it will become uncomfortable later. You'll pay a bigger price. Simple daily errors in judgment will compound over time, and you'll start to demonstrate blame and focus of the past. So let go of that. Work on that philosophy of visualization, your attitude, your mindset. Take the actions, and you'll see those results that are going to cause you to be in that 5% of the success. The people that really believe that they can change their life by changing their thoughts. So again, claim your magnificence and stay aware, all right? It takes courage to believe that you can achieve your dreams. It takes persistence, patience, and don't forget gratitude. So I hope you enjoyed this today, and take these 10 steps out with you. Stay aware, and you'll start to see all the opportunities, and quit resisting. Just open yourself up, let go of the fear, and achieve your magnificence. All right. Have a great week. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.